Hey everybody, Lisa King. This might be a little long, so if you want to watch on the replay later, that's fine, or I might just cut it short. But we're going to make some chicken fajitas with our our cast iron grill pan. I started prepping some things. I took my chicken tenders and I seasoned them with everything taco seasoning. They're tenderloins and I split them in half. So there's some olive oil and a tablespoon of everything taco seasoning, and I let that sit for a few hours in the fridge. Now we're just cutting up our peppers and onions, and then we're going to just start cooking everything on the cast iron. This is a really super easy dish. I've gotten, and these are not through Pampered Chef, but I just love them for any kind of tacos, fajitas. Let me see if I can get them out here. I have them in ceramic and I also have them in these metal. And they're these little curvy holders to hold up your fajitas and your tacos. And then I put these on a dish. And I also have them in white ceramic. They're really nice. These were an Amazon find, so if you want more information, I'll try to find the link for them. And then while this is all cooking, we will heat up our tortillas in our tortilla warmer. This goes in the microwave. I think 4 tortillas might be 8 minutes or 4 minutes. I have to double check before we put them in, but they'll heat them up really nicely. So what I've done, I've cut open our peppers. I just got a little 3-pack, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 red, and using our scoop loop to take out the seeds and the insides just to get them nice and clean before we slice them up. There we go. And this thing is really cool because it's got like little teeth on them, so it's really good at like Halloween time to do the pumpkins. You could do butternut squash and taking out or pumpkin squash, is that what it's called? Spaghetti squash, to get it out of the rind. This works really great. Easiest little thing, and you can use it both directions. So there's a larger scoop and a smaller, and it's flexible and it's got little teeth. So anyway, so we've cut up our peppers. I think that's all of our garbage, and I'm going to use our quick slice. And if you see the lines here, so when the blades go through, you want your pepper long ways, along this direction, because you don't want little chopped up pieces. And you're just going to roughly chop it. There we go. You'll see. And it's really good because if you want smaller pieces, you can just, after they're sliced, turn it around and put them in that direction. So all you do, put your pepper in there, you do a little rocking motion, and voila, we have pepper slices. So I'm just going to do those up real quick. And you can fit as many as you can fit in here, but I don't have that many to do. Now, say you wanted them smaller for like soups and stuff, what you would do is take them, the ones that you just cut, like these long pieces here, and you put them the other direction and then chop again, and then you'll have little square pieces. Just be careful of the blade here. Super duper sharp. Okay. I've used 1 onion, and I just roughly chopped it, sliced it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And once I'm done cutting this, we are going to put 1 tablespoon of olive oil and another tablespoon of the taco seasoning, so everything has the same seasoning. And if I have time, I may make some homemade salsa. I'm not sure yet. We really aren't hungry, so we may not even eat this tonight. This may be cooked and then put in the fridge for tomorrow, and then we could just easily heat this back up. Alright. But the longer you let the chicken sit in the seasoning, the more flavorful it will be. And actually, I'm going to start heating up our cast iron because we're going to be cooking the chicken first, 5 minutes on each side. One sec. For some reason, this one burner never goes on. The one I use the most. Come on. Okay. One more try. Okay, well that was a little too hard. Anyway, let me know below if you're watching this live or in replay, if you have any questions. But the recipe is really easy, and I love it because when I signed up, I had ordered the griddle, and it came with this really nice recipe card, and it gives you options. So say you didn't want to cook it on a grill, you can cook it on a cast iron pan, you can cook it on our we have like a cast iron griddle pan. So they make all different ways. Or if you want to make this vegetarian, cutting out the chicken and then just adding more veggies. I mean, you can do whatever you like with this. But tonight we're doing chicken fajitas. I like to do the colors too, so it's kind of bright and not boring. You can just do green peppers. Or if you're like my friend Laura, you could do no peppers. But we're doing peppers. Almost done. Almost done here. And then while this is all cooking, we'll shred some cheese. I have some toppings. What do I have? I have sour cream. I've got cilantro. And I'm going to add some cilantro to the veggies as well. This here to clean. That is dishwasher safe, by the way. Just get all this stuff out of my way. Alright, so we are going to do a tablespoon. I'm going to use olive oil with this. Actually, I'm going to do my powder first. Alrighty. Let's get this on here. So, I'd have to look. I don't know if we still have it, but we used to have a Southwest seasoning, which I have a feeling that one was discontinued, but you can do that with this as well. And if you don't like the taco seasoning, you can use something else, but this is our everything taco, and it's really yummy. There we go. So, we'll just mix this up, and then these will go on after the chicken. So make sure you have yourself a dish that you can take the chicken out when it's cooked, and we'll check the temperature. I believe it's supposed to be, let's double check. It's supposed to be 165, so we'll check it before we take it off. And once I put the chicken on the skillet, we have this cool cast iron press to keep it down so it stays flat. Okay? If you have any questions, post them below. This is a really super easy dish. I like to also do this on the Blackstone. It comes out really nice and charred. Okay, so that's our chicken. And we're going to use some cilantro, which I absolutely adore cilantro. But this does not look like, oh no, I always do that. This is cilantro. I don't know if it's going to taste the same. Always do that. I grabbed the wrong one again. It kind of smells like cilantro though. So we won't put as much just in case, but darn it. I'm a big cilantro fan, and I don't believe this is going to taste the same, but we're going to try it out. I just think it has a nice fresh taste. I like to put it in my avocado, my guacamole. I'll put a little bit in the chicken and a little bit in with the veggies, and we're going to chop it up fine. It kind of smells like it. Okay, good enough. Good enough. We'll sprinkle some in here, and we'll mix it up. And then again, I have sour cream. I've got, what else do I got? Cheese. And if I make homemade salsa, which I may, we'll have that to put on too. Okay, so this is all done. I'm going to bring you over here. So hold up a second. Hi Susan, hi Janet, hi Melissa. I'm assuming that's Melissa. There we go. Let's see if we can get you at the right angle. Actually, you know what? I think you see better this way. There you go. How's that? Perfect. All right, so I am going to use our tongs. And these handy dandy things are pretty cool. So when the tongs are facing upward, they're locked. So these won't open in your drawer. But when you face them down, they unlock. So it's really good when you are putting them in the drawer. You know how some of them open wide up. I'm going to put the fan on too, so I hope you can hear me. Okay. We're going to put our chicken, again, 5 minutes per side. And I will put the crust on top. And then once these come out, we will put the veggies in here. Don't worry if it sticks. The longer it cooks, it'll release. I don't know, a lot of people might be scared to use cast iron. I love using cast iron. It really retains the heat well. There we go. So, we're going to put this little guy here. And we're going to set our timer. Okay? We've got our onions and peppers all ready, and that's finished. And we'll put those in a bowl once they're done cooking. But before we take them off, we will cut the temperature, okay? What else can we show you? Let's go back over here, and we are going to do, there we go, my messy kitchen. We're going to do some cheese as well. Get this out of our way. Okay, these are our prep bowls. I love, especially when I'm baking, I like to measure all my ingredients and put them in there so they're all ready to go. And then all I have to do is dump them in when I'm cooking. And I do them for a lot of meals, but they're really good too when you're doing like toppings for things. Alright, so we've got us some seriously sharp cheddar cheese. And the reason that I am shredding this versus the shredded kind in the bag already, that has lots of additives and chemicals in it. It doesn't melt as good. It doesn't taste as good. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut this bad boy open. Wow, that is popping. And what I'm going to do, if you haven't noticed, I'm using our coated knife. This is our chef's knife. And this comes in all different sizes. But for some reason, I cannot get this open. There we go. And it really shreds. All these block cheeses, they shred so nicely. There's another shredder that we have, or grater, and it has a double side, so it has like a very, very fine shred and a little bit thicker. So I usually use this one, though this is one of my favorites. And literally, just shred up as much cheese as you want. And a little tip, if you put these in the freezer for a few minutes, it just shreds a lot easier, especially the soft cheeses. You want to make sure they're cold, otherwise they're just going to mush. Hi, Miss Ann. I hope you're doing well. Okay. There we go. So look at that. How quick, easy. It's shredded. It's much healthier. And these last so much longer. I have to get another one, but where is it? Our little storage containers are really great for cheese. I have to get another one from the closet, but it's got these little kind of grates so that you get circulation, and it holds the cheese really nicely, and it's got a vent so that the cheese stays fresh in there and doesn't get all slimy. So I have another one I have to get for this one later, but that'll be it for that. So we can always get more cheese later, so I'll leave that part out. Okay. One more move. We'll bring you back over here. Come on, look how easy this is. Instead of going out, be super careful. These lids will get really, really hot. We have these cool little silicone handles. Let's see, we've got one more minute. Oh, they smell great. So we will take that out shortly. And once we're done cooking, we'll test it, okay? So while this is cooking, it's got less than a minute, and then I'll flip it. Hi, Miss Lisa. So, you guys have any questions? What are you cooking up tonight? This is really, and honestly, an easy dish to make, and it heats up really nicely. And if you didn't want to make fajitas again, you can take the leftovers and make some rice and put it over rice. That is really tasty. We could make like a chicken fajita egg roll. Those come out tasty, and do those up in the air fryer. This is about done. So, we're going to remove this lid really carefully. And you can get this with or without this lid, the press. Put that here. Actually, I'm going to put that here. It's super heavy. Alright. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that nice char on there. Can you see that? Okay, we're going to flip those over. They've got a really nice color to them too. And nothing is sticking. Everything literally is coming right off. So the more you cook with your cast iron, the more non-stick it will become. We've got these cute little mini ones also that are really nice for making. I don't know if you saw my video on, what are they called? They look like they're little pancakes, something daddies. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it, but that size is perfect. So we're gonna do this for the rest of the 5 minutes. Take them off, do our veggies, then I'm gonna mix everything back in and prep everything, and I'll post the picture below once we're all finished, and that'll be it. Literally 15-20 minutes, dinner's on the table. Granted, I did prep the chicken. If you don't have time, you can just season it, and then while you're cutting everything up, it can sit in the seasoning, but the longer you leave it in there, the more tasty it will be. So, anywho, hi Miss Shari. I think that's about it. What we can do with our cheese, we'll put some cheese in here so we can prop this back in the fridge if we don't use it. And I'll just make up like a little smorgasbord. Sometimes I take those containers, these, and they have like a stand with freezer inserts, and it's really nice if you want to make like a taco bar and put different things in each of them and set them up, and it'll keep everything nice and cold. Like you put one with sour cream, one with cilantro, cheese, salsa, whatever you like, and then you just set it out and everybody can put whatever they want as far as toppings. That's about it. So I will see you later, and I'll post a picture below in the comments after I'm done. Alright, and have a great night, and happy Taco Tuesday. No, we're not having tacos, but we're having fajitas. So have a good night. Bye.